The Lake Erie Grape Discovery Center is the official visitor center for the New York State Lake Erie Concord Grape Belt Heritage Area. Supporting and promoting the grape industry, visit us and learn about grape growing history in the Lake Erie region. Shop for grapey gifts, taste local wine in a Concord vineyard. Westfield Memorial Hospital provides high-quality health care to residents of Western New York, offering patients the most sophisticated medical advancements while keeping the ease and familiarity of a community hospital. Support for Chautauqua Sunrise has been provided by WRFA 107.9 FM, Jamestown's public radio station, streaming online 24/7 at WRFALP.com. Low power to the people. Funding is provided by a grant from New York State Senator Catherine M. Young, representing Western New York's 57th District with a local office in Olean. Chautauqua Sunrise is made possible by a grant from Fredonia Place, a continuing care retirement community providing dignity in a modern luxury environment. Meter's Restaurant, a family tradition for over 50 years in downtown Ripley, is a proud supporter of Chautauqua Sunrise. Meter's provides all-day dining, banquet services, and custom catering, specializing in pie. From the Access Channel 5 studios in Mayville, it's Chautauqua Sunrise. Chautauqua Sunrise is hosted by Doc Hamels and supported by the award-winning volunteers at Access Channel 5. Continuing the traditions of Senior Report, we are here to share local news, colorful interviews, and events of interest to everyone. Chautauqua Sunrise is broadcast live Saturday mornings each week, countywide, from 9 to 10 a.m. Join us by calling in live, emailing us, or checking out our social media. And now, from the Channel 5 studios, it's Chautauqua Sunrise.
Hey everybody, happy Saturday. I'm Doc Hamels and you are watching Chautauqua Sunrise. Wow, what a September this was, huh? Beautiful weather, and then it kind of did a little dip in the temperature. I'm not complaining. We had 80 degrees and that, and then now we're down in the 60s, and I kind of like that a little bit. But I guess it's going to get right back up in the 70s later in the week. But wow, great, spectacular weather in Chautauqua County. What better place to live? You know, you look at the weather reports all around the world, and you know, we're doing okay. You know, we have our snow, but then it melts, and then life goes on. And looking at what's been happening around the world with the hurricanes and tornadoes and fires and earthquakes and you know, all kinds of things. I say this from time to time. I love Chautauqua County. I'm not moving. We're staying put. I love it here. Hey, hope you're having a great weekend. And I know we're kind of getting a little bit of that fall feel to it. And if you're looking for things to do, there are a lot of activities going on in Chautauqua County, wine festivals and fall festivals, and I'll be telling you about some other activities coming up here in a few minutes. So check it out. Listen to what we have the report. I know there's a lot of posters hanging up in places. Chautauqua County doesn't go to sleep just because summer is over. It goes on all year long here. Also want to do a special shout out to my friends over in Jamestown, WRFA 107.9, low power to the people, and good afternoon. It's Tuesday at 1 o'clock, and as many of you know, they rebroadcast our show at 1 on Tuesdays, and we're so glad you could join us. So hopefully the things that you're going to hear about today are going to be really interesting and important in the lives of your family, your children, your grandchildren, your neighbors, and so forth, because we got a real interesting topic coming up here, and I want you to stay tuned because it's near and dear to my heart as well. Let's see, what else we got going on here? Well, I went through some of the big box stores the other day, and Halloween is on the rise. There's decorations showing up, and I think, once again, I report that it's probably the earliest that I've seen, yes, Christmas decorations. I'm astounded. I don't know if there's a special date that people say, okay, on this day we're going to start putting it on the shelves. But I'm almost feeling like, hey, why even do that? Just leave a Christmas section of the store and just leave it up year round. It's crazy. I want to give a special thanks to all my underwriters. Those are the folks that you see in the beginning of the show in the introduction. They have stayed with us for a number of years now. And Fredonia Place, I give a shout out to them. If you haven't ever visited their facilities or you have need for a family member, beautiful location, great people there. I encourage you to go visit with them. Meter's Restaurant, of course, great food, good people down there, my hometown, and yes, Bob Bentley makes the pies. Let's see, the Grape Discovery Center, if you haven't been there before, especially this time of year, folks, the grape harvest, I mentioned last week, is in full swing. Do be careful because there's lots of vehicles on the roads, farm vehicles, trailers, these special semis with these containers full of grapes. Just keep an eye open because it does get a little busy out there. But the Grape Discovery Center, it's early. Discovery Center has some beautiful exhibits that explains the whole industry of the grape industry, the wine industry, the byproducts of grapes like jellies and jams and juices, and it's kid friendly. They got some really nice exhibits there for the kids to smell things and feel and touch and so on. Let's see, who else? Catherine Young, of course, has been a great friend to Access 5 in general, and of course, Chautauqua Sunrise, so we thank her for her support. Let's see, who else we got there? Westfield Memorial Hospital. If you haven't been by there lately, I believe, it was supposed to be the other day, they have a whole new frontage. We're going to have to get a new sign in for them here in the studio when we pop up their picture, because it's now changed, and I'm not going to say too much about it, but through the Allegheny Health Network, they've got different colors and different logo and so forth. Let's see, who did I miss? I know I have 6 sponsors. I'm trying to think, what was the 6th one? Well, I'll think of it here in a second, or somebody will tell me in my ear. I'm drawing a blank right now. It's anyways, so I do thank people. They help support us here at the studio and keep things moving right along. So let's go into some of our announcements here that we have coming up, and for your information. Okay, if you are not familiar with the Northern Chautauqua Community Foundation, they offer grants and scholarships from time to time, and I encourage you to check out their website and find out what those grants are, because your club or organization might be eligible for some funding that you may require or need to help do a project or support a program that you're endeavoring to do. And you can go to their website at nccfoundation.org. And right along with that, to help you with grant writing, they are providing a free of charge workshop, on October 10th from 9 to 11 a.m. This workshop is designed to arm nonprofits with the fundamentals of grant writing and is free to all nonprofits, charitable organizations, and municipalities wishing to submit grant proposals to funding sources. The Patterson Library is hosting this training in their Octagon Gallery, 40 South Portage Street in Westfield, New York. Professional grant writer Sherry Lance will lead the workshop, providing practical tips and strategies for writing each component of a grant application. Registration is required since space is limited, and each attendee will receive a copy of the presentation. And again, you can give them a call over at the Northern Chautauqua Community Foundation or go to their website. And I just remembered my 6th sponsor, and I already talked about him, is WRFA 107.9. They are very supportive of what we do, and we try to do the same. And sometimes we have things that they are announcing, and they announce things that we're having as well. Okay, right now I sometimes I'm hesitant to make these announcements because these things are taking place like as we speak. So I'll do this as a reminder that if you're interested, you still have a little bit of time, but Step Up for Kids is a 5K run, walk, and a hero run, and that's taking place right now at Cassadaga Beach in Cassadaga. So if you gotta go, sign off. I get it. You can catch me later at 2 o'clock or 8 o'clock tonight. Registration has just begun, And the 5K run begins at 10 a.m. Kids Hero Run begins at 11:15 a.m. And just in case you want to give them a call, it's 338-9877. So that's done for today and this year. Okay, coming up tonight is the first annual gala dinner and auction for the Chautauqua Children's Safety Education Village. All right. Now, I tell you this because it's tonight, but even if you're not going to it tonight, you might catch it next time around. But I want you to know what they're going to be doing there, because this is really cool. All right, it's going to be held tonight at the Chautauqua Suites in Mayville, and it's an award ceremony additionally in the fact that they're going to honor 3 local individuals for their impact that they've had on the community and lives around them. So let me read them. They've named these awards after various people. So the Ron Ketty Award for Excellence in Fire Service is being given to Julius Leone, Chautauqua County Director of Emergency Services. The Kevin Link Award for Excellence in Law Enforcement is being given to Matthew Hazelton. The 2017 Young Hero Award is given to Raymond Carlson, who committed a heroic act in 2009 when he was 9 years old. And there's a story behind all these folks, and if you attend, you're going to find out about that. So they plan to do all of this annually, where they award people for safety and law enforcement, of course, and doing some outstanding heroic type things. And what's going to happen tonight is that they're going to have an auction and a dinner and the award ceremony, and I have been honored and asked to be the Masters of Ceremony, so I will be there. And I also will be conducting the auction. That is not one of my top 10 skills, but I have done it before, so it should be fun because I'll be laughing the whole time. If you're not familiar with the Children's Safety Education Village, they do fire, traffic, and bike safety for children from all over the area. And we had folks here not too long ago that were on the show, and we're talking about that they've run like 40,000 children through the program in the last several years. So this is a big deal, and so keep your eye on that for future things. Okay, the Chamber of Commerce for the county is letting us know that they have their I had trouble saying this, Chautauqua gift card, which is available for pre-sale now and will be distributed starting October 2nd. We've been talking about this for a few weeks. The Chautauqua gift card is redeemable at business locations in Chautauqua County, supporting our local economy. Also, the Chamber will be leading the return of the Chautauqua County Restaurant Week. October 16th through the 22nd, a variety of Chamber member restaurants will participate, offering specials for the week. They'll work to promote the event in order to boost traffic into local eateries during a time when their customer base may be lighter than the prime summer dining season. Smart. That's a good idea. Is people pass through this area all the time on bus tours and things like that, or just traveling through. So what fun is that to have a week of restauranting? I would like to check out some of those that I haven't been to. Also coming up is a Small Business Saturday on November 25th. The Chamber once again signed on as a neighborhood champion for this national event promoted annually by the American Express. They encourage locally owned Chamber members and businesses to contact them so that they can highlight their small business on the Saturday promotion and advertising. There's no cost for qualifying Chamber members. So Small Business Saturday, of course, is shop local and promote our own folks here in Chautauqua County in the local region. Okay, let's move on here. We got a holiday arts and crafts in October. Okay, that's slide. There we go. The Hartfield Ladies Auxiliary. They're having their special doings on October 7th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Hartfield Fire Hall on Elmwood Road. Chinese auction, a drawing held at 3 p.m., a 50-50 drawing held later on November 18th. So that's coming up next Saturday, a week from today, the Holiday Arts and Crafts in October. Okay, now this is near and dear to my heart. My Westfield Mayville Rotary Club is holding its annual Gold Rush activities, and that's going to be 2 Saturdays from now on October 14th at Easton Hall in Westfield. They're going to be selling tickets. They're $30 a piece. I'd say, But this is the deal, guys. You get a chicken and rib barbecue dinner, soft drinks, and so on. And it's from salad to dessert. And then you get a chance to win various cash prizes. Of course, why do we do this? We do this because it's a fundraiser to help support all the projects that the Rotary does in this part of the county, from giving out scholarships to participating in ending polio across the world and helping out children go to camp, and just all kinds of projects that we do. Supporting the Children's Safety Education Village is one of them. Okay, so the dinner starts at 6 p.m. The program itself in drawing starts at 6:45 p.m. Did I mention I'm the MC for that? For more information, give Linda Dunn a call at 326-3012. And of course, if you need tickets from anyone else, any Rotarian will have tickets, including myself, and we'd be happy to get them to you. Here's a new one I've never heard before. Magazine and Munchies program returns with Girl Scouts. That's cool, a magazine and Munchies. The holidays are fast approaching. I just mentioned that. I'm just waiting for the first holiday commercial on TV. It's due anytime, I'm sure of it. All right, the holidays are fast approaching, and local Girl Scouts have just the right treat. Girl Scouts across Western New York will increase their financial literacy and use digital platforms to engage customers to purchase candy and nut products along with magazines. From September 30th, starting today, through October 28th of this year, the community can support a local Girl Scout when they stock up on popular items such as, okay, I'm going to give it my best. Here I go. Dark chocolate mint penguins, dulce de leche owls, English butter toffee, peanut butter bears. Say that 10 times fast. Peanut butter bears, peanut butter bears. Dark chocolate caramel caps with sea salt. Is it caramel or caramel? Chocolate covered raisins, fruit slices, and new items like, no, I'm not doing this one. I just can't get, sorry Girl Scouts, dill pickle peanuts. No. Salt and pepper cashews in halves, and a whole lot more. A list of items can be found on our website going to GSWNY, so that's Girl Scouts Western New York, gsny.org. For non-edible treat, Girl Scouts offer 1,000 magazine subscription options, and so on. So we'll talk more about that, but support the Girl Scouts. They do a lot of great work, and we've had them here on the show, and they're just a delight, and they do such good work getting our young ladies ready for life and a lot of their life skills. Okay, here's a new one. My buddies over at the Ripley Rod and Gun Club are hosting air rifle match starting today, and then somewhere in mid-October and November 5, weather permitting. It starts like right now at 9 a.m. And also they're going to have a fall turkey shoot on November 5 and the 12th starting at noon. For more information, go to their Facebook page, Ripley Rod and Gun. Come on, mouth. Ripley Rod and Gun. Okay, so that's on their Facebook, Ripley Rod and Gun. Okay, turkey shoot. I never understand how a turkey shoot quite works. You shoot something and you come back with a ham. I don't know. All right, Lakeshore Model Railroad Association. Okay, Rusty Bova contacted me the other day, and this is one of those sort of market calendars, and we'll mention it briefly right now. But coming up on December 2nd, they're going to have some fun. They have their annual, Christmas open house to the public. They'll be displaying many of their operating train layouts featuring hands-on operations for kids. Okay, and this is going to be held, give me a second. Where is it at? Oh my gosh, I'm looking. Oh, at the Eastminster Presbyterian Church in Erie, Pennsylvania. Okay. And we'll talk more about this as we get closer. So just mark your calendar. The Railroad Association, Lakeshore Model Railroad Association, will be having their big event coming up on December 2nd. So just kind of mark your calendar, and we'll talk more about mission costs and things like that. My oldest son, Scott, he had every scale of training you could have that was legal, I think. He had those teeny tiny little ones. I think it's N scale. They're about this big. that you could put in the palm of your hand right up to the, the great big ones. And so he was quite the model railroad aficionado. Okay, and finally, I know this is way down the line, but this is another one of your mark your calendars, and I'm going to have Rusty come on the show. So this is our last slide. Rusty Bova is a musician, and he's also this railroad enthusiast, and he's going to be having a concert coming up in April 14th where he's going to be doing a tribute to Bill Ross. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know who Bill Ross is, and we're going to find out more because Rusty's going to be on my show somewhere after the new year, and but he wanted to let you know that this is coming up, and it's going to be held at the First Presbyterian Church through the Lakeshore Center for the Arts. So anyways, this is real early, but a lot of times people say, well, if I knew that, I would have marked my calendar. So there you go, April 14th, and we'll let you know more on that as we go along. Okay, that's all the announcements I have right now, but I do want to remind you, and I didn't mention earlier, that if you have an organization that has an event coming up, you have a special announcement, you just want to say hi, you want to ask a question of myself or my guest, whatever, give us a call at 753-5225. You can email us, you can Twitter us, you can email us, you can go to Facebook, you can check us out on YouTube, you can go to the front door of the studio and say, hi, this is for Doc, and give us a written question, whatever you like, get to us. We are happy to make your announcements, and it costs zero money. We're happy to do that for you. All right, we're going to take a little station break here and take a breath, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
I realized that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Okay, and then we're back, and then we also want to make a note to you that we're going to be doing something else here starting next week and the following week, that we're going to be interviewing political candidates for their offices that they're running for, and I will be conducting those interviews. So let me give you a quickie here. This will be on Saturday, October 7th. We're going to be talking to Jerry Ann Zamora, Mike Ferguson, John Hemmer, and David Himmeline. They're running for various offices, and we'll talk about them later. And then October 14th, we're going to be talking with Laurel Adams, Leanne Lazzaroni, George Borello, and Ella Ames for their respective offices that they're running for. So this is going to be live. I'll be here moderating the interviews. There'll be half-hour interviews with little breaks in between. So this is going to be run through Destination Chautauqua, and the crew here has put this together, and this is your opportunity to see them up close and personal, and I'll be asking them questions and so on. So check that out, coming up pretty quick. Okay, let's go right to my show today, and we are so happy that Justin Hanft was able to join us once again. And last time we talked to you, Justin, you were with Dream It, Do It, awesome robotic crazy stuff and fun things, and you took this other position with the Chautauqua County Education Coalition. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thanks for having me again, Doc. I always appreciate coming on the show.
Well,
and
great.
Anytime you got a nice warm cup of coffee for me on a nice fall day, I think I'll come on down.
We were just remarking how nice the weather's been, but sometimes that cool weather kind of feels good too, doesn't it?
I love this time of year. Yeah. Yep, and I'm not going anywhere either.
Good for you. Good for all of us. You know, a lot of people are coming back to the county.
Yeah,
you know,
I think so.
They've gone away. They thought they were going to make their millions, realizing they're not going to make their millions, realizing that the weather is pretty good here, and the cost of living is not even good. It's excellent compared to a lot of other places after they've gone and paid $1,200 a month for a one-room studio over some factory or something.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the coalition and so on, but how about tell us a little bit about yourself real quick again for folks that don't know you, and then we'll get right into the heart of the matter. So
sure.
Who are you, Justin?
Yeah, so I'm born and raised in Chautauqua County. I was from Bemis Point, went to Maple Grove High School. And graduated from there. I did leave to go to school at Alfred University for 6 years. Got my undergrad in political science and then my graduate degree in literacy education, and then decided that I really wanted to come back. I really loved home and being close to home. That's why I didn't go too far for school either. But then came back, was doing some substitute teaching. Actually, was doing some assistant coaching up at Maple Grove, my alma mater too, and then actually got involved with an organization that I'm now serving on the board for, Chautauqua Leadership Network. And was still looking for kind of that full-time professional role while substitute teaching. There wasn't a lot of teaching jobs available at the time, and ended up meeting Todd Tranum in the second class of Chautauqua Leadership Network at their Workforce and Economic Development panel. And he had an opportunity available at that time, and went up, introduced myself, and that's the rest of the story, I guess. It's still to be determined, I guess. So we're still working together through a variety of different programs. As you mentioned, I was working with the Dream Do It initiative for a while in Chautauqua County, building that up, trying to spread the positive messages to our middle school and high school students on manufacturing occupations. And now, I guess in my role with the Education Coalition, it's still along the same lines. It's workforce development, but it's more at the macro level and trying to get all of our great programs, organizations throughout Chautauqua County to sort of see the big picture, see the system, and how we're all working together as part of that system, and how do we get to the outcomes that we're all looking for.
Okay, true or false? Over the years, manufacturing stayed on their side of the street, schools stayed on their side of the street, and then try to figure out why they didn't have employees that had the right skills.
I don't think it's as simple as a true or false answer. I think everybody plays a role in that, and I think that's really what we're trying to bring with our process that we use through the Education Coalition is to break down those silos, to get nonprofit organizations that are developing programs to have conversations with our local school districts and also our employers all at the table at the same time.
My experience was and I'm going back years ago, even before my time, is that people, I don't think they really understood the role of education and how they can prepare their workers, their employees, their managers, or whatever. And they kind of didn't realize at the high school, even at the upper grammar school levels, that that's where to start and that's where to work with kids. They kind of looked at colleges to do all the work, and they didn't see a continuum, I don't think, of how this all worked. I saw your eyes light up, go, he's on the right track. And so what I was getting at is there was a big disconnect for many years, and we were getting too many widget makers that there weren't enough jobs for. And then we had the guys that made the canapes that couldn't get anybody to make canapes because there was too many widget makers. So I think people needed to learn to begin to talk a little bit more.
Yeah, and that's, if you look at our mission, of the Education Coalition, our mission is to align resources and build capabilities within the local workforce of Chautauqua County. And how do you do that? It starts with a conversation. So we got to bring together all of those people from the variety of the public sector, private sector, social sector to have those conversations as to what is the result that we're all looking for at the end.
All right, let's define some terms here. So you say public sector. So who's public sector?
Public sector would be, our high schools. We have, if you look at the learning system of Chautauqua County, it's quite complex. From an hour and a 10-minute drive that it takes to get from one end of the county to the other, we have 18 component school districts, as well as a BOCES, as well as a P-TECH program, in a variety of other initiatives that are going on within the learning system. So how do we sort of coordinate all of those types of programming that are being delivered in a most effective and efficient way?
Okay, who's the private sector?
So the private sector would be our companies. So specifically within the coalition's view and focus is, we really looked at the data to drive the industries that we wanted to help support with this initiative. And the data, when we first got this thing going back in 2012, stated that healthcare and manufacturing